Now, live from Artie's Cut Rate Liquor Store, shooting range, candle shop, bowling alley, massage parlor, it's the Dave and Doc Podcast.
Hello, hello.
Happy day, happy night.
Happy nights.
Doc's ready for the fight. I'm the human dishwasher. That's it.
We're all fired up tonight. I'm telling you, I like these night shows, man. I really do.
I think we get delirious, is what I think.
I think you're right.
So, folks, welcome.
Welcome to the DaveDoc Podcast. I'm Dave.
And I'm Doc.
And this is episode 47. 2 episodes away, ladies and gentlemen, from episode 49. Just saying.
We might have to have a cake.
I think we
thought we'd do one for 50, but we'll do one for 49.
Don't people make money for eating cakes and like letting people watch them? You and I will just sit there and eat cake.
That sounds great. We can do it.
We'll start an OnlyFans site. We'll just eat cake, let people watch us.
Whap!
Whap! Hey, you can check out all this fun and more at DaveandDoc.com. That's Dave A-N-D Doc DOC.com, where you can hear the podcast and listen to the podcast and do whatever you want to do there.
That's it.
All the episodes are there. Hey, I do want to appreciate almost or maybe a little over 5,000 views last week on YouTube.
Awesome. That's awesome. Thank you.
I don't know what you people are thinking, but thank you. I appreciate that. So,
You know what they're thinking.
what are they thinking?
You know what they're thinking.
I don't know.
Beefcake.
That's it. Well, exactly. Exactly.
Or who's going to cuss first, or what kind of rant.
There's no doubt on who will cuss first.
What's going to happen.
That's generally me.
Should have picked UConn. I about had it. Billis. I was listening to Billis up until I had to go solo a little bit.
Yeah,
like Michael from the Jackson 5. It was
we wanted to, anyway. We wanted to. We both wanted San Diego State to win.
We did.
I did. I did too. And that didn't happen.
No, they got outmatched. But it's okay.
Speaking of sports that are not basketball, if you look to your right shoulder and up, you will see Chief Osceola, a gold Chief Osceola, right beside of the Vince Lombardi Trophy.
Oh,
isn't that cool?
Wow.
All things from the 3D printer.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah. It's
look at all of that.
It's Landon's 3D printer, but I've been printing some stuff.
No, that's good stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But that one was
You did a cup too that you can drink out of.
I did like a little.
It's not a red Solo cup.
It is not.
You should have done a red Solo.
There is what's called an STL file. So someone's already created this. There is a red, and I have red filament as well. I got a whole new box of.
I was going to say you got some good stuff working in there.
Some glow in the dark stuff in there too. So I'm excited about the three. At some point,
Just remember the safety word is Armageddon.
I'm so glad you know that story. So many people don't know that story. Oh my gosh. Pretty Woman.
Gosh, that's it. That's it.
It's a Pretty Woman will never look the same.
No, not a bit. Yeah. So yeah, man. So here we are. We're doing this because tomorrow, all day, I got all 3 kids.
Sure.
Just me. Now let me tell you something. I love my kids. A whole big bunch.
Of course.
And they really are special. And the princesses, I mean, come on.
Of course.
And then my little man, I mean, he is just, he really is like the happiest little dude on earth. So I really am blessed. But, them kids trying to kill you. I don't know if you knew that. Kids, that's, and I'm like.
Kids are like spiders.
And at some point.
Actively trying to
And at some point, it just gets to be like, you know what? You ain't going to get me. So on that note, we're doing some dad jokes. And what we got today.
Yeah.
And we'll get back on that. But remember when you gave me this?
I do. Yeah, that was a little Christmas gift.
It was a little Christmas gift. So I pulled out some at random. So I don't know what these are going to be.
Oh, it's even better.
But we got some. And these are pretty good, I think. Okay, all right. So here we go. Dad jokes.
All right.
Dad riding solo tomorrow.
That's going to be tough.
I'm going to take my horse to the old town road. Okay.
I know where you can get a horse.
Right. Or whores. Newport. Dad used to hate the idea of having a beard.
Yeah.
But it grew on him.
Unless you're me. This is as good as it gets, folks. This is me trying to grow a beard.
This is a good word teaser. So, as I suspected, someone had been adding soil to my garden. the plot thickens. Can you divorce somebody for being a bad speller?
Sure. Why not?
For example, what if they said, having a wonderful time, wish you were her?
That sounds legitimate.
You know that's happened.
Oh, yeah.
What's the one instrument anybody can play immediately?
Oh, the joke that came to mind. No, what is that?
The skin. No, I'm sorry.
No, that was it.
The air guitar.
Oh, that's true. That's very true.
God. Why shouldn't you tell secrets in a cornfield?
Why is that?
Too many ears.
That's exactly.
And the showstopper. What do scholars, because we're scholars, we're
yes,
scholarly,
yes.
very scholarly,
Very.
Vistaprint. What do scholars eat for a snack?
What's that?
Academia nuts.
Oh, my goodness.
So for Easter,
Yeah.
we had a scavenger hunt.
Oh, how about that?
Through the church, and
That's
and,
cool.
And, I'm not gonna lie. My team won. Me and Thutton and our children.
Yeah.
Minus Bennett because he was too small. We won the whole thing. Yes, we did.
How about
Take
that?
that, Bo Blanken.
How about that?
But we had to tell a joke to somebody, a stranger.
Yeah.
And so I did my showstopper at the Dollar General because a lot of the things on the scavenger hunt you could easily accomplish at the Dollar General in the Easter section and whatnot. It was pretty funny.
Sure.
And so my showstopper joke, which you'll remember this, I know you will. What did the sick pony say?
What?
I'm a little horse. So this woman, so the really nice Dollar General employee, she was really cool. That some of the ladies' church actually got her got her a gift card or like a little something. Actually brought it to the store because like tons of people were flying in there on this scavenger hunt,
Right.
And so they got bombarded by a bunch of people in church scavenger hunt. And she was like the best sport ever. But it was funny because when I was like, I need to tell you a joke, and she goes, "Now, baby, is this gonna make me blush or is this gonna make you blush?" And I said, "No, this is for the church scavenger hunt." She goes, "Oh, okay, baby. All right, let's go. Here we go."
Nobody blushes at church.
Right. Good times.
Right?
Times. Good times, great oldies. There we go. So how you, man? What's new with you?
We had Easter festivities too. We had the neighbors came over and their little girls and painted some eggs. We had the Egg-tastic. Have you seen the Egg-tastic?
I have not seen the egg.
It spins the eggs.
Oh.
So you can do cool designs. I did the best design.
Is that like the Coco Motion?
Yeah, I like things that spin. That's who I am. That's who I am as a person.
The egg test.
The Egg-tastic, and I'll do little Donald Trump here. It was the best one. All the kids did one, but mine was the best.
Did you name it Stormy?
I did. I'm still confused about hush money. It's like, isn't that called a settlement?
Yes, Dave, it is. That's why it is ridiculous that he's indicted
What?
over that. No.
It's like, don't we do that legally?
And I mean, even Democratic people are saying this is ridiculous.
It's like it's called a settlement, and most times during a settlement is a non-disclosure clause, right? Which means don't talk about this. Right. So now hang on.
We don't talk about poontang. No. Bruno. If that's what we're calling it these days.
Yeah, somebody said that, Donald showed up, for the indictment and everything, brought his team of attorneys and everything. And they said, well, where's his wife? And I'm like, this whole thing's about like a porn star. My guess is she's hanging out in one of the mansions like, you ain't seeing me till this is done. I mean, come on.
They did make an appearance at Easter.
That's right. They did.
They had their usual brunch lunch at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
And they were together, but yeah, she's probably not happy.
No, I'm sure she's
probably
not
happy. Here's the thing. I'm gonna leave that alone. Never mind. We'll just say whap to that.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
I mean, right? I mean, did you think really? I mean, come on, Boogie. Go back to FDR. FDR had a mistress. John F. Kennedy Jr. Hello. And then, of course, Bill. I mean, you know, come on.
I can't play this for anyone because we'll lose all of our family listeners. But I'm just going to tell you, if you've kind of got a sense of humor and you're like, I'd like to talk to you guys off air. Listen to George Carlin talk about Bill Clinton and talk about John F. Kennedy and their mistresses and stuff. Just go do that for yourself. Just Google that and then shoot me a message on the website later.
It'll be epic.
It is very funny stuff.
It'll be epic. Anyway, so there you go.
So what I wanted to do is there's a lot of stuff going on in the music world.
So you had a good week. I
had a good week. I'm back at the gym.
That's good. That's feeling good. Good.
Yeah, it is funny because every time at the gym I go, I run walk.
Yes.
Run or brisk walk.
Yes.
2 miles every time.
That's good.
So I'm starting to I'm just
you
starting
play
to get,
Chariots of Fire. Dun, dun,
I do.
Dun, dun, dun,
Actually, that's about as fast as I go negative.
dun, dun, dun,
Like, you can go like 5, 10, or 5 to 1 to 1.5. Here's what I do. So I go 3 miles to 3.5 miles an hour at a 4% incline.
There you go.
I thought that's pretty good.
That is good.
Yeah.
You know what's really good? You're in the gym. That's what's really good.
That is, you're absolutely right. I do feel better. I feel better losing weight, and I'm just getting ripped. Just getting ripped.
Got your fuel going. Got your androstenedione on board. And your D-ball. Yep.
Okay.
Prostate feels like
Yeah. Prostate's all good. Yeah, prostate's real good. Yeah.
Anyway.
No, just the finger, not the whole fist.
That's it.
Armageddon. But so
music.
So things are good this week. Things are good. Been back in the gym, and since I've been back in the gym,
You've been jamming some tunes.
I've been jamming.
We got to get in the groove.
Yeah, and so like I have an eclectic mix of music, and I always have.
What, Def Leppard with a side of Aerosmith?
Well, yeah, not t-shirts
Lynn,
notwithstanding.
Still My Sunshine.
Yes.
Are you
Yes.
playing Lynn, Still My Sunshine?
Yes, of course. I love that song. No, you would probably
President of
be
the
surprised.
United States. She's lump. She's lump. She's lump.
Peaches.
Millions of peaches. Peaches for me. Millions of peaches. Peaches for free.
We'll have to do a show where we show our playlist or something. You and I.
I don't have a playlist.
What, like if you had one?
You know what I like? This is something I found recently.
What's that?
It's two cellos doing "Living on a Prayer." I know they did this a while back, but that is actually really good.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
Anyway, so and I knew two cellos. I just didn't know that they did "Living on a Prayer," and I was like, hey. But then it was like a full music video with lights and everything. I was like, oh my goodness. But anyway, I just kind of listen to whatever. So sometimes we into the epic music and all that, and yeah.
I get into some different stuff.
I can't stop the feeling.
We listened to that on the way back from the restaurant.
Of course you
did. As a matter of fact,
Of course you
we were in the little pickup truck and
Went to the Wasabi.
But so I've kind of gotten back a little bit more into music
That's the
than I
W
have.
for Wasabi. See it like that.
You better be careful. If you flash the wrong sign, you might.
I know. I look like I have alien fingers. Anyway, so you had a good time. Yeah. So music.
So music, and
Can't stop the feeling.
And there's a lot of music news going on right now for bands that we care about.
That's right.
But here's something funny to start with, and then we'll go into some of the dumber stuff, and then something really funny at the end of it.
Okay.
So someone sent me this, and it was.
Is it a listener of the podcast? Maybe.
Yeah, he's listening.
Good.
So
thank you, listener, for
so
contributing.
he sends me this, and he said, "Do you realize how many rappers have Lil in their first name?"
Have Lil
And I started thinking
Wayne,
about
Lil John,
Lil Bow Wow,
Lil Bow Wow, Lil Pistol Starter, my little homie, Lil Pistol Starter,
Lil Peep, Lil Durk, Lil Dicky. Not kidding. That's real.
Vienna Sausage. What?
No, that's
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Little Vianney.
Vianney.
Lil Nas X.
Yeah, Lil Nas X. Yes.
You said Lil Wayne.
did.
I'm saying little. I can't do that. Lil.
Lil Kim.
But do you know how many
Lil
it
Kim.
is? I don't actually have the total count.
No, I don't.
It's over 500.
Oh.
Over 500 rappers.
Lil Bow Wow, and then he became Bow Wow when he got older.
Right. As you should.
Right.
You shouldn't always be
Like
Lil.
Snoop Doggy Dogg. Need to get a jobby job. Now he's Snoop Dogg.
Now, Lil Wayne should not be Lil Wayne anymore. He ain't Lil Wayne.
He's just Wayne.
He's just Wayne.
Wayne.
He just call himself Wayne. The artist formerly known
as
as
Lil
Lil
Wayne.
Wayne.
Went from L-Dub to Dub. Wow.
And I don't have anything really funny about this, but I thought it was amazing that over 500 rappers have the name Lil.
That's a lot.
That just seems like a lot, though.
That's a lot.
Doesn't that sound like it's like?
I
think of something. I mean, it's not something I would have ever thought about, but yeah.
I did not know.
Over 500 rappers with the name
Lil.
Lil in the name. Also in music news, there's a feud now between Paul Stanley and Ace Frehley. So Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons, and who are the other two guys?
Oh God, don't.
What? So the original two guys.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
The original two guys was Peter Criss and Ace Frehley.
It's too
right?
late. Yes, it's too late.
And now it's like Eric Carr and Hank Williams Jr. I don't know, but whoever. But
Lil Hank,
Lil something.
Lil.
But the point is
Lil.
This lineup, or the important part of the story is the lineup that is currently Kiss.
Yes.
Has been the lineup for a long time now, like over 20 years.
Okay.
So the original members had left, left and came back, but kind of sporadic.
In between stints in rehab.
So 100%. And so Kiss was, when they were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame said, "Hey, Kiss,
who's going to be a part?
And would you want everybody on stage?" And
they said no.
And they said absolutely not. And Ace Frehley is upset about that because what Paul Stanley said was, he said, if we do that, we're not Kiss anymore. We might as well just call it Piss.
Oh.
Ace Frehley got upset about that. Ace Frehley calls Eddie Trunk, who we've talked about before. Eddie Trunk.
We have.
And he's on Eddie Trunk's show. And I don't know if you guys have heard Ace Frehley in like the last just 5 years or so. Dude is sounding rough. I mean, it's like, you ain't right,
Well, yeah. I mean,
sure, he's old for one thing.
He chose drugs over Jesus,
and he's 100 years old.
Him and Keith Richards.
And so Ace was telling Eddie Trunk, he's like, "Yeah, I heard those comments on Howard Stern's show," and he said, "I'm pretty upset about it." And he said, "I give Paul Stanley 1 week." Call and apologize to me.
Oh.
Or I'm going to release all the dirt that I have on Gene and Paul. He's like, let this be your warning. So this whole thing builds up for a whole week, right? A whole week. He calls back a week later.
And nothing's happened.
To Eddie Truck's show.
Nothing's happened.
Oh, no. Something happened.
Oh, something happened.
It was,
okay.
He said that Paul called, never really apologized. It was like a 15-second phone call. Paul Stanley says, "No, I never called him. That never happened." And he still didn't release any of the dirt that he said he had. So then if that's not enough going on with Kiss, because they're really trying to wrap up their tour officially now, I guess.
Right.
And so they're doing their last shows.
Right.
Gene Simmons falls off the damn stage. Falls off the damn stage. I mean, right off the stage. And so
that's so bad.
I know the whole thing is terrible.
That's so bad.
And just so you know, I do have exclusive audio of Gene Simmons falling off stage. Here it is. Oh, shit! And that was it. He fell off the stage. And so they had to pause the show for a second.
Did he rupture his anus?
I mean, he's wearing those effing
I know.
high heels.
I know.
I mean, we saw him a couple of years ago.
Man,
and
so bad.
And so then they brought him back out and he had to do the rest of the show sitting down.
No, he did.
And I'm like, you guys are arguing like two old men arguing over bocce ball in a retirement home. And now you're falling off stage. Just quit. I love Kiss. I do. I'm a Kiss fan. I really am. But guys, it's time. It's time. I mean, this is two old men who's lived beside of each other for 70 years arguing over, well, your fence is over my yard by 1 millimeter.
So here's my question with old Gene. So what did ended up happening? Because I did not see that he fell off the stage.
I want to say he broke his leg, but I'm not positive about it.
So then they just drugged him up and he did the... Okay.
Well, maybe they didn't have to drug him up. Actually, with Gene, I don't know that that's a thing.
Not anymore. So he's 73.
Yeah. And he talks like this. Yes,
I do. My name is Gene Simmons.
My name is Gene Simmons.
He's an Israeli-American musician.
He is.
How about that? Take
yeah.
that. Wow.
And his IQ is off the charts.
Yes, that's what they said.
It is really ridiculous.
He's the demon.
He is the demon. But yeah, so he falls off stage, and now I don't know what Ace Frehley's going to do, Ace Frehley's going to do because
Just abruptly stopped show due to Gene Simmons' health issue.
Yeah, and the health issue is his ass fell off stage.
Because this just happened?
It just happened, like this week. All this has happened within the last 2 weeks. All of this.
He had a case of the dehydration. Where was Bobby Boucher?
You need some high quality H2O.
We played Amazon Jungle Stadium in Brazil. Now, what? Now, is this fake news? No, this is Fox. No.
Well,
They were in Brazil.
yeah, they were in Brazil.
I was dehydrated and forced to sit for a song. We got back on stage in 5 minutes and finished the show.
That's not what I heard. I heard that he actually fell off.
Okay, kids, not a big deal. Thanks for your kind wishes. Last night, we played Amazon Jungle Stadium in Brazil. Humidity and temperatures were sky high. I was dehydrated and was forced to sit for a song.
Maybe he didn't
Experienced weakness because of dehydration. I bet he collapsed in their cover.
That's what I heard. And maybe that didn't happen, but I don't know. I know he fell off stage.
Here's what I'm not disputing. I'm just saying.
No.
I'm just so. Wow.
We must get our facts right.
And Mick Mars is suing Motley Crue over touring dispute. They're trying
That
to
is
replace
the next story on the list
look
here.
at that.
Predictive analytics for you folks.
They knew what we were going after.
They were.
And Gene, that's bad.
I do know that Gene fell off stage back in like 2000 when they did one of their first going away tours. I know for a fact in 2000 he fell off stage.
Gene's also fell off the bed before too.
He has.
You know,
And landed on
sure,
things.
yeah, landed on something. Womp womp. Right. So that was next. So Mick Mars.
So Mick Mars is saying, here's what Mick Mars is saying.
103.
Yeah, I want to get to that part because here's the thing. So this tour.
This is getting worse.
So the last tour.
Def Leppard's drummer gets beat up.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's all kinds of.
So the
bad
last
stuff.
tour, we went to go see them in Charlotte.
Yes.
And they didn't sound great.
Well, yeah.
And so what other people have said, not specifically Mick Mars, other people have said that the whole thing is a tape that's playing, right? It's all recording. They're not doing anything live on stage. Someone else said, dude, if you're going to record it, make it sound better than Vince Neil's Big Mac 103. So then it's like, okay, well then they probably
Was that
are.
you that commented on it?
Yes, it was. So what Mick Mars is saying now is there's been so many times that Mick Mars forgets the lyric, or forgets like the next riff, or he forgets like a whole solo. And the band is like, hey, you can't do this anymore. You can't physically do it anymore. And your mind is starting to go.
You can't mentally do it.
And so he said that he was basically forced into retirement. And now they have a guitarist named John Five, who's worked with the band for a long time. Like, it's not just they didn't just find the guy on the street.
I got you.
He's like actually done recording sessions when
I got you.
When John Corabi was with them, as a matter of fact. He played with them.
Oh, okay.
Like,
So
actually, he's actually recorded.
That's legit.
So
anyway,
so Mick Mars says none of this is true. Mick Mars said none of this is true. And he's like spreading all this crap about the band, and now he's filing a lawsuit against the band because they owe him money. Nikki Sixx, who founded Motley Crue, says, well, if anything, you owe us money. We gave you tons of advances and blah, 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 blah. So one of my favorite bands growing up, two of my favorite bands growing up
103
are all fighting each other. And I don't like it.
Def Leppard's safe.
Oh, because they're Def Leppard. That's why they're my favorite band. They haven't turned into the old man get out of my yard guys yet.
Not yet.
But yeah, so Mick Mars officially, I don't know if he's filed suit, but he's at least threatened to file suit against Motley Crue.
I'm sure it's good.
And they said they gave him a ton of money to retire. They're like, hey, you want to retire? Here's a ton of money. Thanks for everything you did. I mean, you're still going to get money from music that gets played.
Right.
So,
the royalties and all that.
forever.
I mean, I'm kind of blinking my eyes out. I mean, why? Go do something else.
Yeah. I don't know.
You know? Go do something else. That's bad.
It is bad. It is bad.
Especially when you're band. I mean, basically, they're faking it every night, playing Big Mac 103.
That's what everybody. I'm
Big Mac 103.
I'm a little surprised because like most bands that do live shows, they will have guitarists.
That's
in the background, right? Like not doing the full music, but like filling in some gaps and that sort of thing. So it sounds fuller, sounds more like the album. But there's usually most rock bands will draw the line at some point. Like, no, the rest of this, that's fine if he wants to play like a little rhythm or something.
But this is right.
This is ours. And Def Leppard's always said, "Hey, the day that we can't do that, we're done. We're just going to quit doing it. It's like we don't need the money. It's like we're just doing it because we love to do it." So, I don't know. But now I'm questioning because I went to that concert.
So you might have gotten.
I might have gotten duped.
You might have gotten duped by Big Mac 103.
But I mean, they didn't sound great. It was Vince going, "Wah!" Big Mac, a rock out.
Hoochie Holla number 5, Big Mac 109, 103. Who's gonna sleep with me?
Nobody now.
And nobody, buddy.
So I know you folks are on the edge of your seat, so we'll keep you up to date on the happenings with Tommy Lee McMarrs, Nikki Sixx, and Vince Neil from Motley Crue. So going from that to something that's absolutely flippin' hilarious in music news. This is the one I really wanted to get to.
Oh boy, I don't know what this is.
No, I love not telling you
because we did not.
So I'm gonna play a little clip here.
All right.
From one of this person's most famous song. 100%.
Oh, okay.
Just to make sure you remember this.
Okay.
Let me make sure where I'm at. I'm on Bank 2D.
Bank 2.
Bank 2.
We only got 3.
And letter
Bank
D.
right.
So here we go.
Talk to me, Goose. Until I got high. Afroman.
Yeah.
Afroman.
So Afroman, back in August last year, his house was raided by the cops. Do you remember this story? So his house, it was in August 21st of 2022. And it was
gonna make love to you, but then I got high.
It was a warrant for drug paraphernalia.
Well, I mean, hello.
Sure. Money and weapons associated with drug trafficking and kidnapping. This was the warrant that they broke into his house for, right?
Kidnapping?
Yeah. So they break into Afroman's house.
So violent. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I just figured he got high.
You're right. And so, let's see, his what's his real name? His last name's Joseph Foreman.
No, it's not.
It is. No, it's
Shut up.
Yeah. So
Joe Foreman.
Yeah, Joe Foreman. It's.
Sorry, George.
Sorry, George. I bet he had a grill.
Put your beef patties on my Joe Foreman grill.
So, hang on. Sorry, folks. I got allergies. You're just gonna have to look at this. I'm sorry. Whew. So they broke into his house.
You feel better?
I do. Okay. So they broke into his house, and they confiscate
Joe Foreman.
Joe Foreman's house, and they confiscate some cash, but they can't find anything else.
Of course not.
And they just found cash
because he smoked it all.
But I mean, they just found like $1,000 or something. Like they didn't find like
and they
loads of
did
money.
they arrest him?
No, he was never arrested. So
full on raid, and you get about $1,000 in cash.
So what Afroman did was he had security cameras all around his house and everything, and so what he did was he took footage from the police raiding his house, wrote a song about it,
he did,
and used the footage from his house in the video. And the name of the song is "Will You Help Me Repair My Door?" And you're saying, well, Dave, I would love to hear this. Well, my friend,
we have it tonight.
I want you to listen to this, folks. It's very, very peaceful and calming. This is the most beautiful thing.
Listen to him.
The lyrics are...
They're fading me. Or not fading, whatever. Yeah.
They're turning up the 1K. Here it goes. Afroman, ladies and gentlemen.
Will you help me repair my game?
Oh, he gets better.
Will you help me repair my door? Did you find what you was looking
Oh.
Will you help me repair my gate and door?
So Afroman writes
His
this,
follow-up hit to "Cause I Got High." Will you repair my door?
and so he's done a whole host of videos with this
my
footage.
goodness.
Now this is where it gets funny. Okay, so the police department, and this is in Ohio, Adams County, Ohio. Radio station up there, WXIX, Rockin'.
Wick six.
Wixix. The police department are now filing a lawsuit against Afroman
What?
for using their faces,
Name, image, and likeness.
yes,
Oh.
in his video.
Oh man.
Can you believe this shit?
Oh my gosh.
They're suing him. They're suing him.
So is he going to sue them for wrongful search and seizure?
I don't know, but
I mean,
like,
the man is named Afroman, and he did write a song name because I got high.
I mean, I think you're
it's
kinda
like
asking
there's
for
some
some of this.
probable cause here.
but yeah,
There is some probable cause,
so
right?
So again,
Oh my God.
they are suing him because they said we didn't give you permission. It's like, well, first of all, jackasses, it's my house and I use my camera that
Right.
you came into without me inviting you.
Right.
And they did break down his door and his gate. They did do that. And so he needs
They
help.
knew it was going down.
They need help repairing. And he's got a picture of him like going through his clothes and like his pockets. And there's a great scene where this cop who is a little
Did they smell his underwear?
He's a larger fellow.
They smell the sweaty balls.
It's not holiday season yet.
Okay.
No, so there's this larger officer standing in the kitchen. There's like this big lemon pound cake.
Stop.
And the cop keeps looking at it. And I'm like, oh, please take a bite of this cake, please. And he won't stop looking at it. It's great.
If only there'd been donuts, it would have been even better.
How on earth could the cops sue? Like, what legal precedent did they have? I mean, they broke into his home. And I'm sure they had They had a
I
warrant.
was going to say, I mean, I guess
a judge signed a warrant. But
I guess that's I don't know. I'm sure there's something legal with that because it was, I guess, probable cause on an investigation, and you're releasing footage from an official police investigation. I think that they have control of all of that, no matter what cameras caught it or whatever.
I don't know. But now, so like
Do they have body cam footage of the dude looking at the lemon cake? He might have been like,
Yeah. Officer 625 clocking out for 5 minutes.
oh, he got an electric knife.
Right, just shift right through that thing. And so here's the thing, like even if they sue him, let's say they get some money out of him or whatever, he's made so much money now over all these videos.
I was gonna get you and sue you, but then I got high.
Oh, our friend
Now I'm
Afroman.
gonna sue you back, and I know why. Because I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high.
And he does,
And I got an alibi.
and he does this interview with Stern. And he actually, they ask him a question. He goes, "Hey, man, can you hit me with that again? I just smoked a blunt." Like, you can't make this up. Oh, wonderful. This is so wonderful.
But there was no paraphernalia in the house. Whoops.
Yeah. So,
Whoops.
yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. So,
I love Afro Man.
I do too.
That's so terrible that
sorry, Joe. Sorry, Joe Foreman.
Joe Foreman. Who knew that? He's probably related to George.
He probably is. Joe's in his 40s now.
What?
Yeah, he's in his 40s.
He's only in his 40s?
only in his 40s. Yeah, I think he's younger than me.
Stop. I'm looking that up real quick. Hold up. He can't be.
I feel like I'm being fact checked tonight.
No, but
I'm being fact checked. This is Fox News.
Afro Man is really Joseph Edgar. Shh. No, he's 48. He's 48.
Okay, all right.
I mean, he is in his 40s, but he's not younger than you. I was like, if he's younger,
That's
than you,
true.
we've okay. Okay, but I mean 2 years. Crazy rap, whap. My door.
Yeah. So you can see.
Will you help me repair my door? Official video. There it is right there.
Yeah. It's a great video, folks. If I didn't think YouTube would ban us, I would have just shown the whole thing.
OG Afroman on YouTube. OG
Of course it is.
Afroman. That's how you look it up. If you look it up.
OG Afroman.
Oh, here he is about being sued. He got sued by Ray. Let's see what he said. He said, Afroman, whose real name is Joseph Foreman, told NPR in an interview that what he did next was his smartest, most peaceful solution. I asked myself, as a powerless black man in America, what can I do to the cops that kicked my door in, tried to kill me in front of my kids, stole my money, and disconnected my cameras? He said, and the only thing I could come up with was make a funny rap song about them and make some money. Yes, sir, Joe.
Yes, I love
you
it.
take it all the way back. Use the money to pay for the damages they did and move on.
I love it.
He created merchandise. Man, what a smart guy.
No, listen, I mean, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. And that's not the only video that he's done for
They
this.
suffered humiliation, ridicule, mental distress, embarrassment, and loss of reputation. That's because you broke down his house. They're all of his profits from the use of their personas, including proceeds of songs, videos, and live events, as well as Afroman branded merchandise such as beer, marijuana, and T-shirts. The cops are asking for money over the beer and marijuana and T-shirts. Now, wait just a second. Let me come in soft, baby.
I love this.
Come on,
This
baby.
is so beautiful.
Will you repair my gate and my door? I'm just getting more popular. Son.
The videos are so funny, folks. You got to watch it. He's just hilarious. I love Afroman. I mean, this is.
Will you help me repair my gate?
Oh, no.
Will you help me repair my
He was pursuing a defamation lawsuit against the police.
Yeah.
And they have made that process easier because now his legal team just needs to countersue, which they plan to do soon. I want to sue them for stealing my money. I want to sue them for writing kidnapping on a warrant and making me suffer financially in my industry because just that accusation makes people raise an eyebrow about you. Boom. They scoured the house with guns drawn. Afroman told NPR that he has no idea where the kidnapping accusation came from and had nothing more in his house than the ends of a few blunts
He smoked them all.
and used pipes made for him by made for him by fans.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh my goodness.
You know, anytime that something happens to Afroman, I really think they should get an official comment from Snoop Dogg. I want to hear from Snoop Dogg now.
Right? He wasn't there, but his ex-wife and kids lived nearby and came over when they saw the police presence.
And you want to know where's Trick Daddy when all this is going on? Where's Trick
Oh
Daddy?
my goodness.
Where's Trick Daddy?
They mentioned the lemon pound cake. Look at that.
Did they really? Oh my God.
Made the sheriff want to put down his gun and cut him a slice.
It looked
That's
like
what
he was-
said. That's what he said. He said, Mama's lemon pound cake, it tastes so nice it made the sheriff want to put his gun down and come cut it. Oh, he did a song to it. No.
No, he did.
Oh, I
yeah.
didn't know that. Oh,
No,
my
he
God.
did. There's a whole list of
Oh,
videos
my
that he did.
God.
Yeah.
That's what you were saying. Oh, my God.
And they just, and like some of them are like 6 minutes long. They
This
just
is-
go on
this
and
is
they're just,
hilarious.
I'm telling you folks, do yourself a favor. You said it was OG Afroman.
OG
on YouTube.
Afroman on YouTube.
We'll link it in the show notes.
I'm going to
too.
tell you something. That's the funniest thing. I just
And the police department suing him.
raided,
It's like,
raided his home.
I mean,
And got nothing.
some
Some smoke blunts and some pipes that fans made for him. Now, let me just
that were used,
that were right.
clearly used.
I mean, right. So I mean, like, it's so stupid. Oh my goodness.
This is the day we're living in, man.
And good for him. I mean, how smart is that? I mean,
Yeah.
making money off of it.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job, Joe Afroman. Foreman. Joe Edgar. Joe Edgar Foreman.
And Trick Daddy, if you're out there, Trick Daddy, we need your help, Trick Daddy.
Trick Daddy's just been, I don't know.
I don't know where Trick Daddy's at either, but anyway. Where you at, Trick
He
Daddy?
he got raided tonight. They came to get him. Something about weapons of mass destruction or something.
Trick Daddy. We did dinner at Wasabi tonight.
Yes.
What'd
you get?
So I did the filet and shrimp.
Yep. There you go.
And
did you catch the rice?
He didn't throw it to me. He threw it to Landon and Steven, and they both caught it.
Nice.
But table full of people. We went with my mom went with us.
Cool.
The two older boys, Lindsay, myself, and then my brother and his wife were visiting this week. So this is kind of a tradition. Every time they visit, their last night here, we all go. We used to do Masaki, but
it is now defunct.
The world hates me, so Masaki's now shut down. So the 6 things I like on earth, that was one of them.
Did you have a reservation at Wasabi?
They do not take reservations.
Oh, I did not know that.
They may sometimes. They don't do it on Friday night. So we got there early.
Early bird special.
Oh, well, that's funny. It's because that was actually an option. Because we did get there early.
Oh yeah, man.
The filet and shrimp's not on that menu.
Of course it's not.
Of course not. So I got the filet and shrimp. But
that's good.
No vegetables, of course, because that's disgusting.
I love the vegetables, man.
I'm glad.
Did I tell you about the time at Wasabi where the guy gave me the white sauce? Did I tell you that story?
The
shrimp sauce.
Oh, the shrimp sauce.
I mean, it's not really white sauce, but the shrimp sauce. Yeah, they have the actual jar, just like you do with the syrup or whatever. Uh-huh. And so in the beginning, I always just ask for the shrimp sauce. I'm like, can I just, if they give you three whatever, I just always say, can I have the shrimp sauce? And basically, I take a bath in it while they're cooking, and then I ask for some more when the food comes. And so the guy he was doing his thing, doing all this stuff, and all of a sudden, he just took the whole thing, and it was like he spun it on his finger. It was really cool. It was almost like it was a weapon. And he spun it down and plopped it right perfect in front of me. And I was like, boom! And I grabbed it and poured it out. Poured it up like it was. Yes, man, I hit it.
Do you want to hear something funny?
It was fantastic.
Do you want to hear something funny?
Yes, I do.
At the restaurant tonight,
did they do the same thing?
I was joking about one time that I went there and they did that to me because I usually get 2 or 3 of them, and the guy just set it beside of me.
Yes,
I was joking about it, and when I look up, this cook who was wonderful. He was just funny. He sits it down and he said, you didn't think I heard you, did you? And he went kind of like this. And so it was there all night.
That's awesome.
And every time he would use it for other people, he was like, sorry, can I borrow this? I'm like, just for a second, Sorry. Again, allergies.
It's okay. We're just struggling a little bit. You need some medicine.
Oh, yeah. I need to go to the doctor.
Some cocaine.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the problem.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I've been up for 3 days.
I'm on a bender.
So good food at the Wasabi tonight. But there was a guy at our table.
Was it the mystery guest?
Not a mystery guest. He was a large gentleman, and he was wearing a Superman shirt.
No, he wasn't.
He was.
Yes.
And I just couldn't stop myself. I just couldn't. I tried, Doc. I tried to be just a nice guy sitting there. And there are so many Superman jokes I can make right now, and I probably shouldn't because that's really horribly mean, but I couldn't stop myself. I just couldn't stop myself.
And he was sitting beside you?
No. He was across
it's even better, so everybody hears it.
Yeah, so he's across from me, and I'm doing my best, right? And I'm doing my best. I wonder what his kryptonite is.
Did you play I Need a Hero, Holding Out for a Hero by Bonnie Tyler?
I said, do you think we should go by his date and say, Lois? I said,
do, 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 do. Now, when you say he was a large individual, muscular large or
negative?
I got it.
Just a large,
got it.
Just a big old fun-loving dude.
That's it.
Right? Big old fun-loving dude. Although he looked like he was miserable the whole time, but he was. I guess in some situations,
gas will do that to you.
Yeah, right.
Maybe he was mad he didn't get to catch the rice.
Maybe he not sure how much rice he would have caught.
Maybe he was mad because you had the shrimp sauce.
You know what?
He could have been
it.
Could have felt like
could have been it.
I mean, I'm just saying. I'd be mad if you got the shrimp sauce.
That's true.
I'd be like, no.
Have we ever? We haven't ever ate with you guys at a.
No,
I don't think we have. I don't know how that hasn't happened, but
because you go when we can't go.
Well,
and us at a restaurant, man. If the kid, I love my kids, but they're bored in about 3 minutes.
Oh, I know.
And Wasabi would be kind of fun. I think.
They would like that.
Yeah, we'd have to go. We'd have to go for the early bird. Like
Yeah.
we'd have to be there like 4:30.
And that's generally what we do. When they open the doors, we're there.
That could be fun. We ought to try to do that.
Well, yeah, we can do that.
because I
Absolutely.
love wasabi.
Oh, me too. But
Japanese steakhouse.
the funniest thing that happened tonight, though, was so we're kind of in an area where there's like a wall over here, a table, and then our table. And so you know how it works, like when there's two cooks, they're kind of like back to back, and it's a
Yes.
real tight space.
Yes.
And I didn't realize
Did they play the drum?
It was somebody's birthday tonight, but I don't remember them playing anything for him. But the
Anyway.
but so they're cooking and everything, and my brother's wife like alerts me to probably the manager of the place,
Yeah.
and I mean just scowling
Oh.
at these two guys who are cooking, right? One for us and one for the table across from us.
Oh.
I've never
what
seen
was that about?
I don't know. Like he was just staring at him like it was this look like, we joked.
What are you doing?
We joked like, one of you's getting fired tonight.
Right.
Let's see who can spin that
Didn't cook
egg
the shrimp
best.
right. Fired.
Right. It's like, I mean, I was waiting for
That's crazy.
you're fired.
You gone.
But it was the weirdest thing. So like
My ears itching. You're sneezing.
I know we're all messed up. We're all messed up. So
the manager's pissed.
I mean, it wasn't
Staring
like
a hole through him.
it wasn't like he
death
was over
stare,
there
lighting
like
him up, not happy.
it wasn't
Not
like the
good.
typical thing. Like the typical restaurant manager, he'll go to like random tables and
Right.
hey, how are you guys doing tonight? Everything
Yes.
good? Do you need anything?
Yes.
That kind of thing. And you're kind of you're serving.
Maybe
at
they
the
were
tables.
using pimp juice instead of lemon juice for
don't-
cleaning the griddle, and maybe that made him mad.
And so I'm thinking, I do have this shrimp sauce. Maybe he was like, you can't do that. You can't give the man.
I mean,
shrimp
could have
sauce."
been.
I don't know, but it was. I've never seen, and I mean, I've never looked that way, and I've managed a lot of people at a lot of different places too, and I have never looked like that at any employee.
That's not good.
No, and I'm worried.
You're not
now
going to
that-
get your best effort either if you be doing that
No.
stuff. They're going to be like, no, we're not working for you.
And when the guy realized it, like he leaned back, and to the other cook, and he said something. They were both like, ha ha ha, ha. So I don't know. I guess they just maybe it's just a thing. Maybe that's what he does. I don't know. Maybe he. I don't know.
That's kind of.
I was cooking as good as I could. Then I got high.
Ooh.
And so I don't know, but the food as always was great. But it was
got mad at me because then he got high. Ooh.
it was prom
Now
night
he's
as well.
Got the munchies. Was it?
Yeah. So like a lot of prom kids coming
Prom
in,
already,
all
huh?
decked out in their
Wow.
prom attire. Prom attire.
Prom attire.
Copyright Dave Man, 2023.
Prom
Prom
attire.
No, folks, you can use that. I don't give a shit.
We went to Naples when Naples was still in business.
Yeah.
Yep, it was delicious. Yep, we went with a big group of people.
Was it prom night?
It was prom night.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Can I tell this story?
No,
Can I?
no.
This was a long time ago.
At
and I
prom-
don't have any names.
at prom.
It wasn't my prom.
You bombed a prom.
No.
Wedding prom crasher, Dave man.
I did not bomb a prom.
Bomb a prom.
So I was on
did.
I was on a trip.
what does that mean?
It was a work
Like
trip.
like a LSD trip?
No, that's only on Saturday morning.
Okay.
It was a work trip. This was years ago.
You got invited to some proms?
No, so I'm in my room, and this you folks, none of you folks have traveled with me, so you don't know this. But so when I travel, like a lot of people like they go to a new city, and they go out and hang out and see the sights and everything.
Yes.
I'm in my room at 5:00.
Oh.
And I will order food, and I don't come back out of my room until the next morning.
Oh.
So yeah,
Is there a bad experience?
Nope. Nope.
You're just good. You're
just-
good with it.
it's just yeah. I mean,
Do you remember where you were?
I don't remember. That I don't remember. This story just popped in my head, so I don't remember where I was. It was might have been Kentucky.
Oh no, this is going bad. Okay.
So anyway,
Okay.
so
So we're in Kentucky.
So
we're
we're
just
in
going to pretend we're Middlesboro.
sure, we're
The
in
606.
We're in the 606 represent.
Okay.
And I'm in the room.
Okay.
And this is like
502.
It's like no, at this
Big
time
Mac 103.
this was like 11:30.
Oh.
Because I was awakened.
Oh.
It's not awoken, right? Because I was awakened. I was awakened.
I was awakened.
And
I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter.
To see what was the matter. And so I looked through the peephole, right? You know, you get the peephole.
No.
And I see people scurrying around. I'm like,
Oh,
what is going on? So I called the front desk and I said, hey,
Hey, front desk.
I'm not trying to complain, but like I woke up because like I hear like people and giggling.
There was a
and-
clatter. I
all
sprang
this
from my
stuff.
bed to see what was the matter. People are scurrying out in the halls. I see big sweaty balls.
And the guy says, shit, man, I'm sorry. And I said, what? And he goes, dude, it's prom night. No joke. And I said, oh. So I look back through the peephole again, and sure enough, wow, that's a pretty dress. That's a nice tux and everything. And it was, I mean, there's a ton of kids on this floor. I say kids. I don't know how old they were, but they were in the prom, so.
That was the after prom.
Yeah.
Because after the party, there's the after party.
It's the after party.
And then there's the after party.
And then
You just hope nobody got peed on.
then you're
R. Kelly.
Then you're screening people
You
from.
know. How about a jack wagon? R. Kelly. I mean, what a
yeah.
dirt bag, man.
Well, I mean,
Wow.
R. Kelly just says, hey, when you got to go, you got to go.
That's terrible, Dave. Oh my God.
Didn't he do an interview after all that too, to like not proclaim his innocence, but like try to save face or something? I don't know.
He probably.
I want to say he did like I
No,
don't know.
You can't really save face on something like it's like, yeah, dude, you just
By the way,
like R. Kelly sheets.
the Chappelle Show did a great episode.
Yes, I saw that one.
Yes,
I
that
saw
was.
Macklemore quoted in the song.
Look, you gotta look.
Riff chop. That's it.
But
Smells
yeah,
like
so
R. Kelly sheets. Piss. But
So-
it was 99 cents.
there was. So the hotel and the kids and everything, and it was prom night. So I just thought of that story now, and I'm like, it is prom night, so it is getting a little later.
I mean, at least it wasn't like, cocaine and hookers.
I mean, I don't know what was going on behind the closed doors, but there was a lot of giggling. Like,
It's better than like some kind of weird farm animal noise or something like that where you're going,
is that a camel?
Is that a camel?
What is that? Is that a horse or a camel? I need to know the difference.
That's awesome. So somewhere in Kentucky it was prom.
So somewhere in Kentucky, some kids were having a
Oh,
good
that's
time their parents
so
didn't know
bad.
about.
That is so bad.
But yeah, it woke me up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's bad. That's bad.
So all you parents who are listening to this on Saturday, it's prom night.
Don't let them go to the hotel.
No, don't let them go to there.
I mean, that just seems like I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We'll no, we're not going to the hotel. No.
It's hard to get a hotel too, right? Like you got to have a credit card. You have to have and an ID.
I don't even want to think about it.
It seems like
I mean, I had a credit card. I guess I was 17. Yeah. I mean,
Really?
Yeah. I had a credit card. I mean, because I did.
Oh, I don't think I did when I was 17.
I mean, my dad's name was on it, so I mean, he saw the bill and everything just like I did. Because he'd be like, man, if you can't get that bill paid, you got problems.
Yeah, I mean, Steven's got one that's attached
what is
to
it?
mine.
I'm like,
but-
what is this? The mafia?
Yeah, Steven has one that actually has his name on it, but it's attached.
Yeah,
to
it had.
mine.
Oh yeah, and it did. It had
Yes.
mine, but he,
Right.
he was on the account, obviously. So, yeah, yeah. Anyway, well, there you go.
Yeah, so there you go. There's
So you don't go out, huh?
No, I really don't. It's really weird. So like I used to go to Seattle a lot, right? And the thing that I used to dread, let me go back. The first time I went to Seattle, I want to see everything.
Right.
I want to see the space needle.
Needle.
Take a dump where the Seahawks play, and then
Olympic Park,
you want to see all the stuff, right?
downtown Pikes Market.
Pikes Market. There's the gum wall. There's Salties. There's 2 Salties there, but there's some of the best seafood you'll ever eat in your life. It's a great restaurant. Just bring your gold card if you go there. Good Lord. And then there's a place called Vaughn's downtown that does their own sourdough pasta. They make it like right in front of you. And their mac and cheese, their 3-cheese mac and cheese with bacon. I mean, I might just break into tears talking about it. It might be the greatest thing I've ever eaten.
It's not low carb.
Oh, no.
It's not low carb. If you go over low carb, that is not your spot.
But then, like, the more times that I would go, like, it's like, it's like we would be done at work, right?
Right.
Because, like, we're like management or whatever. And we're at the, we're coming from the corporate office and we're hanging out all day and we're doing whatever we're doing. And then after, because they would close the office at 4:30, and I was like, hey, what do you want to do, right? And I'm like, I just want to go back to my room. And so, like, a lot of times what I would do is attached to the hotel we would always stay at was this little place, and I can't remember the name. It was like this little Irish pub.
Cheetahs.
And it was like, yes, it was. There was a massage parlor close by. There really was. And I would go there and eat like dinner by myself, and then I would go back to my room. And that was it for the night. And I would just sit there all night and watch TV and then go to sleep and then get up the next morning.
And do some work.
There
you go.
I'm weird about when I travel. I don't know. When I'm traveling for work. I mean, you basically had to like just lock me in the car and say, no, we're not taking you to the hotel. You were going out with us. And I'm like, okay, all right. And I did a couple times. I mean, it wasn't
right.
every time.
No. I get you, man. No, you see what you want to see, and then if there's not anything you want to see, we're going back to the hotel.
Traveled to Chicago many times. We're like, man, what'd you do while you were in Chicago? I ordered sushi and watched Jeopardy. This is why Lindsay never has to worry about me cheating on her, right?
Right.
Because I don't ever get very far.
Like, I didn't go to Michigan Avenue. No, I did not.
Nope.
No deep dish pizza.
I did go to Lou Malnati's once.
No Gene and Giorgetti's.
I did go to Lou Malnati's once, and that was a good experience. It's some good.
Like I said, you've experienced a few things, but it's not like you have to be out and about.
No,
I don't get to travel in my job. I have to be at my job.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I did go to Seattle when I was in residency because I did a poster presentation, and that was pretty fun. That was the first time I'd ever actually had like basically fresh fried salmon.
Right.
And that was fantastic.
Right.
Like it was like a beer bat or something. And it was just right there on the bay there, Elliott Bay. It was just and I was like, holy crap. I had Olympia oysters, which were delicious. They're the only oyster native to the Northwest. They're very tiny.
Yeah.
But they were delicious.
Enjoyed the rain.
It rained every day.
Of course.
Yep.
It even does sideways rain there, like the Forrest Gump style.
Oh yeah, it was rough.
Sometimes it rained sideways.
It was rough.
And it did.
Space Needle was pretty cool. When I was at the Space Needle, they were cleaning the glass.
Yeah.
Those dudes are hardcore because they're in a suit like like Men in Black, Blues Brothers, and they take a strap and it's like strapped to whatever belt like device and they hang from that sucker and clean it. And I was like, I would be needing a little more like personal protection than the harness. I mean, there's nothing over their shoulders. Like they're hooked right here. And I was like, that's crazy.
It's like the guys that climb the towers, that paint the towers.
Oh.
And use the gloves. They have the gloves, the mitts are and you have the paint buckets. And as you go down, you're just doing this. And you're on a tower for 9 hours.
That's correct. I don't get that.
They make a lot of money.
I'm good. Yeah, because if you gone, you gone.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If you drop a screwdriver, it's gone too. You just hope it's not into someone's skull.
I was saying, you hope it
below.
doesn't hit anybody, right? That's the danger. It's like oh. Anyway,
but
so Dave is not an outward adventurer.
I'm the most introverted extrovert you will ever meet. It's really true. Like I don't like I'll go somewhere and there's a lot of people and Some
people call that fickle.
You could call it a lot of things. That's more of a compliment. But I mean, like I love talking to a crowd of people. That doesn't bother me. Like it doesn't. I don't mind. Like I get excited talking to people, and that's fun.
Sporting events, we have no problems.
Oh no,
lots of fun.
No, but then it's like when that's over, like I'm done. Like, just lock me away. I don't want to talk to people. I just want to,
Right. We would just decompress.
I guess that's what it is.
Or you just like ordering in and chilling, watch a little TV.
That's true. I mean, I'm just, I'm one of those guys that like could go to the beach. As long as I had like a view of the beach. Dave, you went to the beach for 10 days. How many times do you actually go down to the beach? Hey, none.
Oh, no. See,
I said
we going strong. Oh, man.
Well, I mean, I'd have to because
all the things. Oh, I know. But no, I think I like it better if the less humans I have to like really talk to, the better. I don't mind if they're out there, but I don't really need to talk to you.
Do you think that's because
we're not going to be friends?
Because like in my job, I'm in a ton of meetings.
I talk to people all
and I do
all
and I do
day,
like presentations to like directors and VPs and stuff. And I'm constantly interacting with employees and everything. And you're talking to people all day. I mean, do you think you just get to a point where your brain says no, I'm just done?
Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, I think for me, I only need so much socialization.
Right. Right.
And,
I totally agree.
And so that's where I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And when we're out and about, I mean, I'm not going to not speak to somebody if they speak to me. You know what I mean?
You would acknowledge me in public?
Oh, absolutely. But I'm like, gosh, and I'm like, somebody else needs to hold the conversation up because that's just not. I'm not really good at that.
Do you ever feel like people are waiting on you to hold the conversation, and it's like a burden? Because I do.
Yes, I've had that happen.
You're in a social situation, and you can tell people are kind of saying things, and then they're aiming them at you because they know.
Yes, they're trying to get information or trying to get you to comment.
And I'm like, I just don't want to be on.
Or they just want to see. Yeah, they just want to see what you're gonna. Yeah.
And I've told people this before, and they're like, "Didn't you want a career in radio?" It's so different because I'm behind a microphone. I'm not looking at anybody unless I'm doing a show with somebody. Obviously.
Right. Like me.
Yeah, like you. And when I did football, it was just me and the dude in the booth and the guy on the field.
It's a completely different thing.
Totally.
It's a completely different thing.
And 10,000 people listening, I could care less because I'm just talking about what I want to do. And then when I had to go do events, I'm like, oh God, not this. And like, well, people want to meet you. I mean, just put a poster of me there. Like, what?
Right. Cut out.
Why do you want to meet me?
Cardboard cutout's great.
That's why I quit the porn industry.
Right.
There's too many people.
Right.
Have
a little shyness.
And the syphilis. Kind of bad too.
Chlamydia.
It's nothing to clap about.
That's right.
Gonorrhea. Oh.
Gonorrhea.
We went from talking about the prom to gonorrhea.
I mean, they kind of go together. We kind of tied it in.
Oh. Yeah, so tomorrow morning,
so the STD won't let me be or let me be me, so let me see.
Here's some official audio from tomorrow morning for some folks. Oh, shit! And it's just going to happen. And that might be apparent. I don't know. You folks figure that out on your own.
As we devolve further and further on this crazy night.
So once again, we held all the sports till last.
That's right. That we did. Because that's what we're doing now.
That's what what
we're doing. We're mixing it up a little bit.
We may even try a little donut at some point in time, a little fun stuff in the beginning, little sports, and then a little fun stuff. No?
Maybe. Maybe. We've probably done that before, haven't we? I don't know. It's okay.
God only knows.
It's okay. So here we go. Here we go.
So a couple of things here, and I wanted to kind of go through. So what I did was I kind of just grabbed some of the bigger names of the trades and or free agency signings, or just re-signings,
or the hey I want out. Type of thing.
And the biggest one that wants out, of course, is Aaron Rodgers, and that apparently is at a stalemate now.
Yep, because he said he was 90% retired, and it spooked Woody.
Yeah.
The Woody.
Yeah. So
Woody.
He said, yeah, I don't know.
I was before my darkness retreat, I was 90% retired. Shut up.
So there's still a strong rumor that he still wants to go to the 49ers to end his career there. And I'm not a big Aaron Rodgers fan, but can we win a Super Bowl with him? Probably.
You could have won the Super Bowl with Brock Purdy if everybody hadn't gotten jacked up. I'll say that to the day I die.
Probably true.
So I would be like, no, we don't want him.
I don't think
I would not want him on my team.
I don't think that they'll go for it.
At this stage, I would rather have TB12 than Aaron Rodgers. I'm not kidding. I mean, because say what you will.
And I will.
And you will. How many people do you hear, honest to goodness, saying Tom Brady was a crappy teammate? Honest to goodness. And how many people do you
that he was a crappy teammate?
Yeah,
No, I've never heard any.
Or even front office people. I mean, I know he and Bruce Arians had a little bit of disagreement or whatever, but how many people?
Bruce Arians called him out when he was playing like crap.
Right. So I don't know, but I mean, I feel like people, yeah, I don't know. I feel like Aaron Rodgers is a little bit of a distraction.
I don't disagree.
And that's where, and honestly, I mean, Tom's a distraction because, I mean, he's a 7-time Super Bowl champ, but, and anyway, and he's not going on some crazy darkness retreat and doing all this other weird stuff, you know.
He's just obsessed about working out and,
drinking the ayahuasca, smoking it, whatever, butt chugging it, whatever he's doing with it, you know. With Jake Paul. I mean,
yeah, of course.
I mean, really? Anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't do it. I would not do it if I was the Jets. You know, I would not. I really wouldn't. I just don't think it's worth their time. And so then that leaves Green Bay with, well, what are you going to do? You know, because basically they can hold out, and if they want to release him, then they're going to owe him all that money. And then somebody else is going to pick him up for free, basically. So the Jets don't have to make the deal.
Nope.
It's crazy.
The Packers could just, say, all right, fine, screw you. You're not playing for us, but we're not releasing you. Sorry. And just do it and say, I mean, it's kind of unprecedented, but
that would be really crazy. I don't even know what that would look like. I mean, I guess he just wouldn't show up, but then they'd put him. Then they'd probably try to get him, some sort of void thing with his contract, or there's probably something.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
With that, man, that'd be crazy.
I couldn't imagine that, but
that would be crazy.
But that deal is kind of like at a stalemate right now.
Yeah.
The Jets are just not willing to do what the Packers want, and the Packers are not willing to budge. And I mean, it's...
And I don't blame either one of them.
It's April. We're not that far away from OTAs, so...
Yep. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
So a few teams here.
Lamar.
Yeah, I mean, Lamar...
He's not going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere.
He's just not. Saquon Barkley.
He's not going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere.
Daniel Jones is rich man now.
Yeah, which is crazy.
The Broncos got Mike McGlinchey from the 49ers, right tackle. I was sorry to see Mike go. I really was. He had some injuries over his career, but a great right tackle. The Houston Texans, they got Jimmy Ward from the 49ers, which was a big signing for them. And, of course, the Raiders, they got Jimmy G.
I noticed a theme with all of these big signings.
No, it's just the first few. I promise. This was the list as it was presented to me. The Miami Dolphins with Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah,
that was huge. That defense was already good, and now with Jalen, you basically can shut down one side. That's huge. Jalen Ramsey, not just because he played for Go Noles, but and he wanted to go back to his home state of Florida. I mean,
right,
he said that before, but as he played, for Jacksonville before that, and then he went out to
L.A.
the Morons, and then he back to Miami.
Got a ring
and got a ring.
Put a ring on it.
But I actually wanted the Niners to try to make a play for him. I really did. But
he wanted out. He wanted to go back to the Florida.
He did. Let's see. The New England Patriots, Jabril Peppers. That was big too. 2 years, $11 million. The Saints with Derek Carr. I mean, and you basically just told Jameis Winston there that, like, you're going to be a backup. I mean, that's what they said. But I mean, they didn't say it, but that's what they're saying because they got Derek Carr, who was 4 years, $150 million.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money for Derek Carr.
And I don't know.
With $3.5 million a year, 30 point something a year.
37.5.
Yeah. So speaking of the Niners did get Sam Darnold.
Yes,
the Darnold man.
Yes,
and got Javon Hargrave from the Eagles, which was huge for them. Let's see, Tampa Bay, Baker Mayfield, 1 year, $8.5 million. Baker.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens with that.
Yeah, I'm really interested in that.
I think it's going to be a big old flame out instead of flame on. Flame out.
I think you might be right.
I hate to say it.
But that's some of the bigger ones that have happened, and there's more out there coming.
Why did y'all sign Sam Darnold? I don't understand. I mean, just to have 3?
Probably just to have 3.
So what's going to happen?
Sam Darnold is. I mean, Sam Darnold would be a solid backup in that offense.
So with Purdy, are they just anticipating with his stuff he's not going to be ready to go?
They think he'll be ready to go by training camp.
Well, then I don't know.
Well, you got to have more than two. I mean, the Niners needed like 8 quarterbacks this year.
Right. That was a problem.
But so it really looks like Trey Lance is going to be Purdy's backup.
Isn't that crazy?
I know. The whole thing's crazy.
I mean, who would have ever thought that?
And somewhere Jimmy Garoppolo's counting his money, laughing.
Absolutely.
Speaking of Jimmy Garoppolo, who reminds me of Stephen A. Smith.
Jimmy J.
Because he called him porn star Jimmy all the time.
Yeah, because he went on that date.
So while I was looking up some sports stuff for the show, I decided to take a look at the NBA because I haven't watched any of the NBA this year. And it's playoff time, right? It starts tomorrow. And
well, they had the last play-in games.
Yeah, they had the play-in.
The last 2 play-in games.
They had the play-in, and then they've done the ends. Now they'll do the offs. Waka.
God.
And so I said, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
I said, Dave. I'm really interested to know what the viewership was.
Yes.
Like, what are the ratings this year
Yes.
for the NBA?
I think
And it looks like they're actually pretty flat. Like, it was same as last year. So they really fell off a cliff for a little while. And last year was a little better. And this year didn't get any better at all. And I just don't know what that means for the NBA.
I think. Well, now is that worldwide or is that
U.S. audiences only?
I think it's never going to be any better. I think
I totally agree with you.
I think this is where it's at. I think
it could get a lot worse.
I think what they're trying to do is just maintain here, and they're really looking overseas, China, other markets, to really try to be appealing. And I actually think to the detriment of the U.S. market.
Yeah,
that's what I think. But I mean, they're not going broke, obviously. So I don't think they're necessarily worried, but I think a lot of people are just out of love with the NBA in general.
It's easy to fall out of love because, I mean, you and I grew up in when Jordan was playing, right? And again, like my 18-year-old always says, why couldn't I have grown up to watch Michael Jordan? And I'm like,
it was Magic and Bird before that. I mean, they really changed the game in terms of the fan base and everything. And then Jordan comes, and it's just this epitome of greatness.
And then it's Shaq and Kobe,
right? And then you had Shaq and Kobe,
and you just I loved watching those Laker teams because Ron Harper comes over from Chicago, and
and then you had the Spurs. I mean, you had the Spurs. I mean, Steve Kerr being a part of the Spurs and getting Tim Duncan getting some rings. And then they just stopped letting anybody really play defense, and everybody's shooting threes from half court, and it just drives me insane because I'm like this in the 90s. None of this garbage is happening because you're either getting the hell out of you, or you're not going to get that shot because the defense was just so much better.
I mean, I think about like LeBron, and think about like Michael or Dennis Rodman on him, or.
I think you would put you'd put Rodman on him because that would bother him so much that it'd totally take him out of his game. One of the best defenders, period. One of the best rebounders, period. Could score but didn't want to, didn't need to.
No, I didn't care.
And again, you put Ron Harper on a Steph Curry or Klay Thompson, Draymond's not doing anything because Pippen's got him jacked up. Or actually probably put Rodman on Draymond, and they're going to get thrown out of the game.
Probably.
But no. LeBron would not be doing, no.
So I was watching, I was at the gym, and they've got, like I was talking about a couple weeks ago, they have this wall of TVs, right? And they always have ESPN, Fox Sports, and all this stuff, right? And then the Kelly Clarkson show and Friends. So
Kelly Clarkson.
I was watching, so I couldn't hear the audio, but I saw it. And you know how First Take does? It was the rerun of First Take because they just play it 19 times a day.
They do. Please see it on ESPN2 for the next 6 hours.
And so you know how they do these things where like it's always like this big topic on the screen, like it's super serious.
Yes.
Right? Like we are talking, you know, nuclear disarmament, right?
Yes.
Like we're talking about something so
The Berlin Wall
serious.
is coming down.
Right. And it was this huge thing. It says, how much pressure is Kevin Durant under this year to win a title? And they debated this shit for like 15 minutes. And you know what my comment would have been had I been on the panel? Like, how much pressure? The guy has played for more teams. I keep socks longer than this guy
he
keeps
stayed
teams.
with his team.
Who gives a shit?
Right. No, that's that.
Who cares?
It has no relevance.
He's under no pressure whatsoever to win a title. Because if he doesn't win a title, he'll go somewhere else.
That's right.
I mean, that's
it. But the knock on him is, well, you got a couple, but you were with Golden State when you did it as part of their dynasty.
Yeah, you had Clay and Steph Curry.
And so you had all those other pieces when you won, even though he was the best player for them when he was playing with them.
Sure.
But that's the knock as you go to Brooklyn, and it's a huge disappointment. So now you're in Phoenix after that just disaster of that stuff in Brooklyn with Kyrie and him, and with James Harden, all the things, and it doesn't pan out. He's not even relevant in my mind. I mean, he's a fantastic player, but that's not it.
How much pressure
That's not
is
it.
he under?
That's not
He's
it.
not under any pressure.
No.
I mean, I don't even know that he cares.
And he doesn't respond like that anyway.
No.
That's not what he does.
I don't understand. This is what his fourth NBA team. Is that right? And again, like I said, I have socks that are older than teams that he's been. I just don't understand. And like,
especially over the last couple years, it's just been a whirlwind.
Yeah,
it's just been, and
and
they're not going to win. They're not going to win.
No, they're not going to win.
They're not going to win. It's not going to happen.
I don't even know who has the best record in the NBA. I have no idea.
The Bucks, Milwaukee Bucks,
Wow.
again. Which of course Jimmy Haslam trying to get him a piece of the Bucks. He's gotten pre-approved for that, so they're gonna be owners for the Milwaukee Bucks too, as well as the Browns.
How about the Haslams?
So I know, right? But I think Giannis needs to get that second ring. I think that's a big thing for him. I don't know if it'll happen or not. It'd be interesting to see. They're going to play Miami in the first round. I don't watch a ton of NBA. I do kind of keep up with the standings. So
I don't even do that.
I'm gonna be interested to see the Lakers and the Grizzlies. That's going to be interesting.
I'll be very interested to see if that is over. They're all 7 games now, right? They don't do the 5 and then the 7. So.
Yes. The series are now all 7.
Of course, because the NBA is running out of money.
Right.
So we need these games to go.
Roundball Rock by John Tesh. Oh, yes, he did.
Oh, Johnny Tesh. Oh, Johnny.
Yeah, man. So yeah, NBA.
Yeah, so I just saw that on First Take, and I'm like, who cares? Like,
Stephen A. Smith. I know Kevin Durant.
I know him personally.
I've talked to him many times.
We have buck beds.
We have spoken together.
I did.
He's
watch,
getting paid. He does not care. Whap.
I did watch. Good Lord,
you're tore up.
I am, man.
I'll do a sinus surgery after we get off the show.
I got a drill.
I'm just punching the nose. Bam.
That might help.
Break that septum will be all right. At least it's draining.
I did watch. These are also the tissues with the lotion in them, by the way.
Oh,
that's what I get. Oh,
let's make you feel special.
It does.
It's like a special hug.
They're so
Sometimes
soft.
when one loves another, a special hug is. It's nice and moist.
I did listen to Stephen A.'s interview with Howard Stern though. Because he was promoting his book.
Of course he was.
And I listened to probably 30 minutes of it.
He was.
It was a lot about his dad and how his dad was a jerk and his dad told him he was terrible and whatever else. But yeah. It was just the good thing about it. I didn't like it. I didn't like him anymore after the interview. But the good thing about it was he wasn't in character. He was actually being a person.
Yes.
And not in character. and that was
promoting his book.
promoting his book. So,
Well, I think Stern probably would have called him out too. That's
I think
the
he
other
probably
thing.
would have.
You know, you're a little intimidated with Howard Stern.
yeah,
Howard's not a spring chicken anymore either.
he'll be 70 this year.
I know. Isn't that
Or in January, rather.
that
He'll be
crazy?
70. Yeah. He'll be 70.
crazy?
His dad died at the age of 90 something, just like this year, and his mom's in her 90s as well.
Yeah,
so
so he's got longevity.
yeah, and Robin's probably she's probably already 70
Yeah,
at this point.
that's crazy. How old's Baba Booey?
He's old. He's probably in his 50s.
He's only in his 50s?
Probably.
Baba Booey?
He's probably about
Really?
probably about 10 years older
about
than me.
that?
I would say I don't know that.
How about that? I thought he was older than that.
But he's probably in his 50s and set for life at this point.
Do they still have Hank the Angry Dwarf on there every now and then? Or is Hank dead?
I don't know.
Do you remember that?
Yeah,
The Angry
so-
Drunken Dwarf?
They've changed some of the names of the Whack Pack folks.
Oh.
They had to change because of some of the names they call them. Like Howard won't say those words anymore for political correctness.
Oh.
Like Wendy. Wendy used to be Wendy the something.
Oh.
Now it's not. It's Wendy.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did not know.
So the Whack Pack's name has changed a little bit over the years.
How about
Yeah.
that?
I think Jeff the Drunk is still there.
Wow.
Ass Napkin Ed. I think he's still on there. One of my favorites.
How about that?
Eric the Actor. And they didn't used to call him Eric the Actor. They called him Eric the Little Person. And then there was, I forget, Beetlejuice, of course.
Yeah, Beetlejuice.
And I think Beetle's dead now.
Yes.
A lot of those guys are dead or just not on the show anymore. But
Right,
yeah,
right. It's just the landscape has changed.
it really has. And Howard's not in the studio anymore.
Right, right. So
He doesn't come into the studio anymore.
Right.
The people who come to be on his show are in the studio.
and he is not there.
And they're looking at like a TV monitor with him. And it's like, it's just not the same.
And why did we do that? Is that a COVID thing?
He openly admitted that like COVID scared the crap out of him and he was afraid he was going to catch COVID and die. And like he's afraid to come out of his house.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's
like a crippling fear. So he's got some significant phobias.
oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
The only time he came back to his studio in the last few years is to interview Bruce Springsteen. He came in, and then he's going to do some kind of something in Miami for Sirius Satellite that he said he doesn't want to do it, but he agreed to do it. But yeah,
How about that?
Yeah.
I did not. I really didn't know.
and Robin's at home too. Like she won't.
Right.
She's not coming in, and Fred. I don't know if Fred's in, and I'm sure Gary probably has to be in.
Yeah.
the studio
Because he produces.
Yeah, so
Oh, my goodness.
it's really changed, and I don't love it. I mean, again, if you're listening to it and you don't know this,
Right, which I think that's their more appealing
and you wouldn't-
side now.
and you wouldn't
is-
know.
Is just you're just listening to the show, kind of like us. I mean, we can do this wherever. Of course,
That's right.
when we did the remote show from New Orleans, though, it was a little grainy,
yeah,
and it wasn't. And, we didn't get as many views
that's true.
because you didn't have the two of us.
That's true. Yeah,
Just the two of us.
somebody
Gotta be on the show together.
somebody
just
told
the
me
two of us.
recently. They said, "So you guys are in the same room?"
Yes.
Like, they didn't realize we were.
Oh,
And I
man.
said, "Oh yeah."
Here we are, face to face.
You know.
A couple of silver spoons. Moments in time.
Ricky
We're two
Schroeder.
of a
Is that
kind.
Ricky Schroeder?
Yeah, and Alfonso Ribeiro.
Oh,
It's not unusual.
he's Rick
to be
Schroeder now.
loved. He is Rick
You can't
Schroeder.
call him Ricky anymore.
Yes.
He said that. He said, "Don't
And
call me
Alfonso Ribeiro, I can't say his last name. I really apologize. He's had a pretty decent career.
did.
Anyway, so there you go.
Ricky." Yeah, I don't even know what we're talking about now.
We were talking about sports, then we got on Howard and
Because of Stephen A.
Smith,
Because of Stephen A.
self-promoting weenie.
Should we make a prediction for the NBA
Oh
finals?
yeah,
wanna do that?
I mean, the playoffs haven't even started yet.
They officially start tomorrow. NBA playoffs. In Google.
Yep, starts tomorrow.
Yeah. So
So I am gonna predict. I'm going to predict because the West is kind of all over the place. I'm going to predict in a shocker that the Grizzlies upset the Lakers in the first round and move on and make it to the finals.
oh,
I'm going for it.
the Grizzlies.
I think Ja gets the guy's head right, and I think that's going to happen. and then I think Milwaukee's going to get there, and I think Milwaukee gets their second ring. That's what I think.
I think Milwaukee.
The Bucks.
I think Milwaukee gets there.
The Bucks.
For the East.
The Bucks.
And I think Steph Curry's got one more in him.
You think?
I do.
Man, that would be huge.
He's looking good again.
That
like
would be
he's not.
So they're going to get the Sacramento Kings or Queens, as Shaq used to call them. How about Mike Brown? I mean, how about that, man?
Yeah.
Revitalizing Sacramento.
Yeah. How about that?
I think they'll beat Sacramento. And I actually wouldn't mind if Sacramento won, just because they have had like zero success over the last like 20 years. It's really it's really pretty sad. It's not really that long, but a long time. But
so you're thinking you're picking the.
I think the Grizz.
You're thinking the Grizz.
Bucks, the Grizz
and the Bucks with the.
And the Grizz is a surprise,
Grizz.
and I just don't know.
And you're picking the Grizz to win
because I was
the whole thing.
No Bucks.
No, you're picking the Bucks.
Okay, I am picking the Bucks.
So we're both picking the Bucks to get there. The difference is
you're going for
the wall.
Chef Curry.
Chef Curry.
And the Dubs. Dubs going to get one more.
Yeah, Chef Curry and.
I hate Draymond.
I was gonna say in your favorite player.
I hate Draymond Green. I'm serious. I just wish, because what I really hate about that, and I hate Bill Laimbeer more than anybody else. But here's the thing. Here's what would happen if you stuck him back in the day. Bill Laimbeer would have been so far inside his head.
Oh,
his
100%.
little whiny butt wouldn't be worth two darnets. And so it just bothers me that he thinks he's so good. And you punched your teammate, Jordan Poole, who, by the way, apparently is a pretty good guy.
Yeah.
Punched him in the face because you're just a piece of shit. I mean, that's just... And I'm just like, I already didn't like you. And then you do something like that.
Yeah.
You're just trash. You're trash. I mean, my opinion means nothing to him because, anyway.
Dude's loaded.
I mean, good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him. That's fantastic.
I think Steph Curry gets one more, and I think it's his last one. I think that's it.
I mean, people are pretty much talking, saying, hey, the dynasty's kind of dead. All things have to die at this point.
Because of money thing at some point.
And
you can't afford that.
And they're getting old.
They are, yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, they've won 4 titles over the last 8 years.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a long span.
It is.
And I guess that they play... Did they play in 5 or 6 championships? Because, of course, Cleveland got one against them.
They did. They were up 3-1 in that one and lost.
Yep. And I can't remember.
I want to say they lost in another one, though.
They did, didn't they?
Yeah.
Somebody I don't remember who beat them. But, yeah, they did. They did lose in another one.
So,
so that was, so they really, I guess they've been in 6 of 8.
So they played at a high level for a decade.
I mean, that's a lot. Yeah. It's like the Bulls.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's it. They ain't the Bulls. So let me. I'm going to back that.
Very true.
Not even close. But
because they went 71-9 and couldn't win a flipping championship.
Right. But the sustained, it was 73-9.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah, I mean, that was it. The Raptors that beat them.
It might have been.
It was Toronto. I'm going to have to look that up. I'm going to look that up. No, that was not what happened. Toronto. Champ.
I can't remember.
Who did they beat?
Can't wait for people to watch this and say, we loved watching Dave wipe his nose the entire show.
Right.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry about your luck. But put a piece of tape over your monitor so you don't see me. It's perfectly fine.
They did defeat Golden State. Yep. So Golden State's so they've been there 6 times.
Yeah.
And they did. How about that? Boom. Shakalaka.
They blew a 3-1 with lead over Cleveland. And some real close games. Games 6 and 7, I want to say, is super tight. And they still lost that series, and then they lose to Toronto.
And that's where Kawhi was still with Toronto.
That's right.
And they, that was
jackass.
That was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Now he's with the Clips with Lou baby.
Lou
as
baby.
The coach.
Lou baby.
Anyway.
So
there you go. So yeah, Bucks. I'm going for the Bucks and the Grizz with the upset.
Bucks all the way.
I might go watch them down in Memphis. Walking in Memphis, Texas Day, Brazil. There's your random fire ending. You ever been to Texas Day, Brazil?
No.
It's Brazilian churrascaria.
I've been to Braserios.
It's not the same.
No?
They have an ice sculpture at Texas Day, Brazil.
Oh. Well, now.
Because
Well,
I'm bougie
now.
like Natty. And no. Anyway, all right. Thank you. Thank
The
you.
Dave
Thank
and
you to
Doc
all the
podcast.
listeners.
Folks,
Random again.
Show 47. This is
Appreciate
what
you.
you get with a night episode. Remember to check us out at DaveDoc.com. That's Dave, A-N-D, DOC.com.
Thank you, Japan and Canada and all the places.
Thanks, Russia, Germany, and
A little worried
Swords
about-
Creek, Virginia.
Swords Creek, Virginia?
Yes.
Who's over there?
People I know.
Oh, sweet.
I know everybody in
Thank you,
Virginia.
thank you, Rutledge.
Everybody.
Farm Bureau Insurance, Bo Blanken. Say bye.
See ya.